Hi guys, what is up? It is me, Rahul here. Welcome back to the Number by Number podcast. Today is episode 80. It is May 18th, 2026 at 4:53 p.m. A little earlier than usual today. My co-host Kevin is not going to be here for now. He's going to join later, but for now we have Evan with here with me. And yeah, to start off, how are you doing, Evan?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking, Raul. How about you?
I'm doing okay. What have you been up to for these past few weeks?
Past few weeks. Well, I've finished reading the my driver's manual for the first time. Well, after getting it, I'm still building in my bank account. I've been working on posting my personal artwork and onto my social media accounts and Facebook, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and DeviantArt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm meeting with I'm still working on like personal artwork and just like I've been trying to do it like every Tuesday at 11 o'clock or so, but I'm just but after meeting with someone else for who gave me advice on my channels to focus advice on my work to focus more on like the quality release. And since I do like animation and artwork stuff, I should just like uh just focus more on the good content rather than the working on the deadlines, especially since it's animation and also video game design work, video stuff. So if anything ends up for if anybody if I don't end up posting every Tuesday in the future, that's why.
On your socials, correct?
Yeah.
Um, and anything else you've been up to, or is that about it?
Hmm. I think it's pretty much it. I can't really remember. Just
Um, yeah. So for me, I have been working on my sleep. My sleep is a lot better, which is really interesting. I have been, like I took a walk yesterday, which is pretty good. I have been, I've been doing really well. Now, to be clear, I do think that for next week, just to let everyone know, next week there will not be a podcast due to being Memorial Day. So be a free week for everyone. Um, so I am looking forward to Memorial Day. Thank you to everyone who has served for our Army, Navy, in the military. And to be very clear, so for me, like I said, I managed to get good sleep. I have been doing the MBTA proposed plan, which is something that I am trying to have. If I send it to the MBTA, it will be an expansive uh, train network, light rail, metro, and commuter rail into Maine, into Vermont, into New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and well, extensive into Rhode Island and Connecticut. And for the commuter rail, at least into new areas that have not been served in a while or have never been served. And for the metro, I expanded to where it can be expanded. For the light rail, same thing. So that's what I've been working on. Um, Yeah, that's what I've been working on, and it does feel like like for some reason, at times, like it feels like these days are short, which is not. It doesn't feel good at times due to everything going on in the world right now. I do want people to know that regardless of what's happening in the world, just keep your mind in check. Just keep making sure your mind is sane. Don't let that affect you in life, and try to keep doing something rather than nothing to feel something. You know, you and also you can rely on your friends and family when need be. So that's what I'll say for that. Um, yeah. Also, Evan, do you have any plans for this week or especially Memorial Day?
I'm not sure about my plans for this weekend or for this week of the Memorial Day
Hmm.
weekend.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either. But I do know that, um, what is it? So for wrestling this week, there's going to be a wrestling event. Um, WWE is hosting, I think, in uh, Indiana. I think WWE, and then later this month they're going to host in Italy an event called Clash in Italy. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch them though. I'm definitely gonna watch the one in Indiana, but I can't watch the one on in Italy due to it being on ESPN. And I don't have ESPN, and I am not willing to pay $34 to $40 as a subscription service. No, thank you. I'm gonna save my money elsewhere where it could be well spent. Mm, yeah. Um, Evan, you said you do like designs for animations and video games.
Yeah.
What do you think is by design your favorite animation and why?
Animation, like, can you be a little more specific? Like, my animated, like, yeah, like my favorite animated, piece of media out there, or my form, my favorite, kind of like animation, like 2D animation or 3D animation, game design animation.
I guess like 2D animation and like the country.
2D animation in the country, like from my favorite animation from which country? 2D,
Yeah, yeah, like what to be more as an example like Pokemon. Pokemon is two maybe you could say it's 3D animation and it's from Japan, right?
wait, are you referring to Pokemon video games?
Um, hmm. well, actually, let me rephrase the question. In the United States, what is personally your favorite animation?
It's a hard call. There's a lot of really good animations out there. I really love SpongeBob SquarePants, but Avatar: The Last Airbender has really good animation. But I think maybe my favorite might be Arcane's. I don't like it, my favorite's Arcane's. Probably
Hmm.
Arcane.
I do like Ben 10, Ben 10, and Tom and Jerry. For me, Ben 10 is like that kind of animation where it is really awesome. Transforming into aliens, then an ultimate alien turning into an like alien going into ultimate. That is really awesome.
Yeah, yeah, those aliens are really cool. Like so many are really awesome. Like Forearms and Diamond Head and Heat Blast and Ghost Freak and Accelerate and Upgrade. Upgrade's my favorite, and I also like Ditto. Even though it comes like later on.
Hmm. I can agree with that. I think the most underrated alien, I don't know if you would agree. I think the most underrated alien is Alien X.
Alien X. I don't remember that one. He's familiar, but I don't really remember him.
Well, so Alien X is from the Benton Alien Force. And essentially, it's like a celestial kind of alien where it can reverse something.
Oh.
I think. Maybe you could look that up about Alien X.
Oh, I just don't remember him that well because I only remember the aliens from the first Ben 10 TV series from 2005 to the late 2000s, and
Okay.
Alien Force onwards less familiar.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So, that is interesting. So from the original Ben 10 series, I'm not a fan of Ghost Freak. I'll say why because he went out of Ben 10's Omnitrix, which is something I don't understand. And then when he actually revealed his form, he was more scarier and more ugly looking than he was earlier. And the fact that he can like possess people, that is very interesting. That is very interesting. Like what why do you have to possess people? And he's also a villain. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Yeah. What is your favorite video game?
That's rather a tough call. There's so many amazing video games. I mean, I really love Super Smash Bros. Melee. That is like a really fun game with so many like characters and stages, and like that really expanded upon from the Super Smash Bros. Franchise that was shown from Super Smash Bros. 64. They really evolved it like a lot from the first game to the second game. And I also love there's also I also love this is kind of cliche, but Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time because of how deep it is when it comes to past, present, future wisdom, and but I can pretty much attribute that to pretty much so many other Legend of Zelda video games because of how big they are in terms of adventure, wisdom, and so many and arts anime and graphics slash art styles.
Hmm. Yeah, and to me it's yeah, so y- that is interesting. Like I do like certain video games, but I haven't played many. I only play on my phone, barely play on my phone. Or like I used to play like sports video games when I was really young. I um I used to play I used to play certain video games. I don't know. Like it's so appealing to me that like it's doesn't make sense. Like I don't understand like the aura and the feel now in comparison to back then. Like it doesn't make any sense. Um, it just doesn't make any sense to me. That's why I kind of stopped playing video games. No classics, but I don't have the console. Like I don't have a Wii, Well, I have a Wii, but it's with somebody else. I don't have a Wii U. I don't have a Nintendo Switch. I don't have any of that. So that's sad. We have Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Hello. Can you hear
Um,
me?
yes. Where are you?
I'm in my room. I'm on a computer because every time when you send me the link, the button I try clicking the button, but the button doesn't click through.
Do you
So
know? Okay, just to ask, is there an update or was it a glitch?
it was a glitch. It took me to the straight to the app, and
Did
it
it did it ask you to join?
yes, it did. I pressed that
And
button, and it didn't go through.
uh,
But I'm using
uh,
the computer because this is the best thing I can do at this time. So
is it the computer that your camera doesn't work?
yes, yes.
Does your camera work now?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Just yeah, just technical difficulties. I'm just having problems on the phone. I would want to go on a phone, but for some reason wouldn't go through. So this
Okay.
is this is the only best thing I can do now. So as a way to
Um.
join.
Yeah. You're okay. All right. How have you been doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. You guys been talking about the weekends, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Okay.
What have you been doing?
Well, I've been doing. It was pretty interesting for the past couple weeks. So, not this past Saturday, but the last I did the 5K race with James and Sean, and we did it because we wanted to support the organization for the Waltham Boys and Girls Club. And it was a really great time to, sit down to get just to hang out there and and just felt like giving back to the organization felt really good as because I feel that it can help enhance the organization to enable activities for anybody who is part of the Boys and Girls Club to have fun. And we ran outside. It was even though it was raining, we were able to embrace through successfully. And I actually finished the race, I think around 36 minutes. And by the time we finished the race, James, Sean, and I talked for a bit, and I actually got to meet a couple of Sean's friends.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time when James had to leave, I actually went to the Mighty Squirrel and actually Sean's actually the city council for Waltham, and and after that we went straight to Mighty Squirrel, and it was actually our first time like sitting down together, and we talked for an hour. We've been discussing like a lot about politics and what's been happening around Waltham, and I've asked him several questions on what could we do to improve Waltham and how can we actually enhance the community. And I've
Mm-hmm.
actually discussed with him about how can we make the west side of Waltham very livable for people to, because there's on the east side of Waltham is pretty populated there. Even though there are plenty of houses there,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like somewhere in the west side there are areas where it's like where the space is wasted. If you ever go to Market Basket location, there are stores there, but there are certain areas where some areas are like vacant. They're not even. It's just a huge wasted space there. So I discussed with him and saying, "Hey, is there a way we can add condominiums or apartments over there? Since it'll be easy for the residents to commute to Market and Basket if they need to buy something, even though it's far away from it's on the opposite side of the East Waltham side."
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's really fun. And Sunday, I didn't really do much. I went out for a walk and just spent time with my mom. And I've worked for 5 days at an office. Then I worked part time on Friday. And this past Saturday, I actually went out for lunch with Juju and James. It was actually our first time going to this place called Cooper House Tavern here in Waltham on Taunton Pond Road.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually our first time going there, and it was actually really hot outside, but it was just a great way for Juju and James to catch up for the first time this year. And after that, I went and chilled at home. Then yesterday, there was a parade in Newton, Massachusetts that Juju, Xavier, and I saw. We wanted to support the participants for that parade, and we also stopped by and watched the impersonator of Elvis Presley. And we it was just a great time to catch up. And after that, we stopped by and gave something to Josh. So unfortunately, Josh, this past Saturday, Josh was on his way biking to work. He unfortunately fell down on the side of the road. Luckily, no one hit him. He just tripped, and he was transported to the hospital 30 minutes later. He was unconscious. But he is now recovering, and the doctor said for him to utilize Uber or taxi at this time, since biking's uh, not plausible at this point because of the recovery that he's going through.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just a great welcoming, pretty welcoming for us to stop by Josh's house just to chat for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Then I worked today. worked today.
That's nice.
So yeah, that was my past couple weeks since our last episode.
Um, yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Let me ask, do you see a micro, are you using Google Chrome or Safari?
Google
Wondering.
Chrome.
Do you see a microphone on like, something blue highlighted?
Yes. Yes.
Click on that real
Hmm.
quick. Does
Yep.
it show a option of camera, microphone, sound?
No, it doesn't say that.
What does it show?
Microphone and sound.
Oh, okay. So, okay, yeah, okay. Could you explain how come this happened? Like, how come the glitch happened? I'm very confused how this glitch happened.
Oh, okay. I tried clicking. So I clicked the link that you sent to me.
Yeah.
It was able to take me to the app, but the
Mm-hmm.
problem is the button. The button you have the option to click the button, but the button doesn't trigger through. Normally, it would trigger to directly to the video chat, but for some reason, it's not doing it on through my phone.
Could I give you the same link or something?
Well, you did it for the second time, so it didn't go through. Unless if I uninstall the app. I don't know if
Sh-
installing the app
Maybe try uninstalling the app and then
would make a
reinstalling it.
difference.
I
I'll
think it
try and
might.
do. Yeah. If it doesn't work, I may have to stick with this method, but I'm gonna try.
Okay.
You know,
Um.
technical
Yeah.
difficulties happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So okay. So yeah. Let's just do with the topic. Okay. Okay. Um. Let me do this. I'll call you. Just show me. Okay. And we can do the topic at the same time.
Hmm.
I just want to be able to help. That's all. Um.
Okay. I can try reinstalling the app and
Yeah.
see if it goes
Try
through.
try reinstalling the app, and then
Hmm.
if once I give you a call, just show me. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Let me.
Um.
I'm gonna leave now. So.
All right. All right. Evan. All right. So let's go over this. A language, right? Um, let's go over the basics first. I know this will sound tedious to the audience. Um, how do you define a language?
A language is a way of saying something, that a way of speaking, communicating in like different like let's say ways, like different like words or or like different kinds of like or different ways of like saying certain words.
And phrases and sounds like your body, anything.
Yeah.
I would agree that I would agree that that's how you define language. I would also say like there are different kinds of language. So this is prevalent to people with autism. Like there is verbal and nonverbal. I mean everyone, but for certain people, like they can't be able to talk, they can't be able to hear, they can't even be able to see, so they're you know blind. So they may have a different way of communicating. So we have to understand that firstly. So let me ask you this. So Evan, during your time in school, what nonverbal language techniques were you taught?
Well, I remember learning like a sign language back in sixth grade. That was nice.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. What else? What do you like about non-verbal language?
It gives like ways to like show someone how you feel with just like just like little like movements or like looks or like gestures, any or social cues. It's rather like subtle yet like effective in showing and telling people how you feel, or
Hmm.
showing people how you feel.
Okay. Um. All right. Um. Which nonverbal language technique do you prefer?
It's a tough call. I'm not really sure. Maybe like or like I think like physical expression.
Hmm. Okay. Um. Okay. I do like raising of hands and those things. It keeps the way to um do something, right? Oh, Kevin, I actually have an idea. Kevin, I have an idea.
Yes.
Okay, let me call you on Facebook, and then I can screen share. What do you think?
Okay, would it work?
Yeah, it would work. Yes, I am a. I'm
How do
gonna
you
have
add me?
here.
But how are you gonna add me to the screen?
I'm gonna screen share.
Oh, okay. Would it like work though? Would my video be bad though? Like the quality?
No, I don't think so. No.
All right. I guess we can try that.
All right.
All right. Just call me, then we can go through.
All right. Hello.
Hi.
Uh, uh, Evan, can you hear Kevin's voice?
Yes, I can.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. We
Hi,
can
Kevin.
hear
I
you.
cannot hear Evan though. I cannot hear
What?
Evan from my
Can
end.
you hear me now?
uh,
Let me do this. How about I share my screen? I have my screen on my phone, and then I can join through the Rumble, so that way I can hear Evan through my computer.
okay.
So you will see my face. I'll just mute from my end here. So it's gonna sound weird. So
Okay. All right. So, okay, this is gonna be really awkward, but at least we're improvising, right, Evan?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, this is not how I planned this, right? This is not how we planned this. Correct? Yeah. Um, hmm. Yeah, so okay. Um, hmm. Kevin, can I hear you? You're on mute.
All right, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So Kevin, we were talking about nonverbal language.
Hmm.
So, what is your like prefer? I'll start with this question. What when you do nonverbal language, what is your preference?
Nonverbal.
Like raise your hand, nodding, shaking your head, no, stuff like
Wait,
that.
wait. Can you repeat the question?
What is your preference to do your nonverbal language?
Oh, I mean, I don't mind any method as long as I understand the person. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, everyone has a different way of utilizing nonverbal skills,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually have a few of our friends when Evan and I were in school who had a nonverbal who utilize the nonverbal skills to communicate that way.
Mm. Um, and it is also applied to people with disabilities, correct?
Hmm.
So, just a question for you two, since you've been in the task group longer than I have. So, you guys have met people who are nonverbal, right? Have you met people who are unable to hear and needed to learn sign language?
Yes, I was in summer school one time with Annie. I believe this was summer 2013. I forgot his name, but we were in summer school one time, and there was this kid who I forgot. I think his name's Alex, I believe. So he is deaf of hearing. So I would sometimes see him kind of like leaning a little bit, and I thought he would was able to hear us until I learned that someone told me he is deaf. So in order for us to communicate with him, we would have to utilize a nonverbal sign language. I didn't really do much of it, and they would just use their hand gestures to communicate their wants and needs.
Mm.
It's
Um,
pretty difficult though for I'm pretty sure it might be difficult for some teachers to utilize nonverbal like sign languages because during my time, not a lot of the special ed teachers my time utilized it. I think they just know how to verbally communicate.
so to clarify, when going up, having the task group in the beginning, there were not many kids who needed ASL when they were deaf.
whenever I first started, we didn't actually have anyone in that situation. But the thing was, we just didn't we weren't really speaking as much on expressing how we want and what we need.
Mm,
And I think I think that the one person who only could like speak like go yes or no, I think it was Nick one time when we were in preschool at Fitch
mm.
School. I remember he usually bounces on the ball a lot, and every time when a teacher asks him a question, he'll just say like a yes or no answer, a one word answer. But we have, but I've seen at least one student who is deaf,
Okay.
who hear it.
Um, Evan, did you know anybody who was deaf that needed American Sign Language?
Well, not in my not in my not in school from grades K through 12, but I did remember seeing someone from Leslie University who had who was deaf slash hard of hearing and had an ASL interpreter like
Hmm.
help her.
So the interpreter would do sign language, you're saying?
Yeah, for her.
Hmm. Okay. I do know, like, it is very hard to communicate when you can't talk or you can't hear, especially if you have a combination. So that is very difficult to do. I do want to say, like, it's not okay to make fun of people of that, and they're just like us with a it's a disability, but you should not make fun of these people for that. So it's not okay. Um, I do want to ask this. Um, would you ever teach sign language? Would you ever help out with those kinds of people who can't hear, who can't speak?
I do. It definitely takes a lot to step out to help the person who is deaf.
Mm-hmm.
During our time, I don't think a lot of teachers knew American Sign Language, at least during our time,
Mm-hmm. Right.
because most of us were able to speak verbally.
And but you guys were able to help people who can't speak, right?
Um, I I don't think I did though. I remember there was one person. I don't remember who it was, but I tried talking to one person from summer program who couldn't hear us. When I tried speaking, he didn't say anything. Oh, another example. I was actually in New Jersey for work, and I was interacting with the employee. And when I like tried verbally speaking, he was like making hand gestures that he couldn't hear me, and I didn't know sign language. So this employee would type on his phone to communicate what he's trying to say, and then I would reply by answering his question on his phone, like typing something on his phone so he can read rather than me using hand gestures or American Sign Language.
Hmm. Evan, have you wanted to help people with who didn't who couldn't speak and hear, or one or the other?
I do. I would love to help other people.
Hmm. Um, and have you ever wanted to teach ASL, or is that not you?
I would, except I'm still rather rusty in terms of the sign language. Still have like feel like I still have ways to go in terms of it.
Hmm. Okay. Um. Yeah. So for languages, for me, I only speak English, and I know you. Did you take any language courses, Evan? No.
No, I didn't. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but I don't speak it fluently. And yeah, but I do speak a tiny bit of Japanese, and just like the greeting, really, or maybe and also China, and some greetings with like from Japan with the Japanese language and Chinese a little bit, and
Yeah.
the other ones.
I can't speak I can't really speak full fluent Tamil, but I took French, and yeah. What about you, Kevin?
You can still hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can speak a couple languages. I do speak a little bit of Vietnamese at home, but there are many instances where do speak Spanish to a few of my friends, and I actually am listening and studying a little bit of French right now, but I think the hardest part is about learning French um, is really like pronouncing the words and understanding the structure of it. So, but I've learned Spanish before, and I still remember taking Spanish to this day. And I learned it for 3 years, and I didn't. I actually haven't thought about learning a third set of language until I became in high school, and it wasn't until I started actually speaking with someone, like we were doing like practice conversation rounds, so I can get that exposure of actually communicating with somebody in Spanish as while learning the language. So it actually helps me network easily, even though we're all new to the language. So
I
it's just
mean,
like I'm. Hmm?
well, just to be clear, in America, they are not like in America, we are taught like we have English, and then you're taught another language. So like the other thing is, it's like what you cannot in other countries, what you can't do is, what they do is that you learn the reason why other countries have like other ways of have they teach multiple languages is that way they become familiar with like other languages, I guess. That's how that works. But here it's like because we have English so ingrained, it becomes a problem, which is why like uh which is like why like for some reason it becomes like a problem of like it doesn't register with their brain when we speak. It becomes a problem. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I did hear about that. Like, because, like, I don't know, it just seems to be like that? So, so you guys took Spanish when you were in high school, correct?
Hmm?
You guys took Spanish?
Not me.
I did for
Okay.
years.
Um, Wait, well, were there any other languages in high school?
French and Italian and Latin.
Hmm. I remember there being, for me, Spanish, French, German, and Latin. There used to be Chinese.
Nice.
Okay. Um. So okay. Which okay. This is gonna be subjective, but in your opinion, what is the hardest language that you could learn, and why? I'll start with you, Evan.
It's a hard call. Maybe ones that aren't very well known because I don't really remember them so well. I don't know them so well. I don't know. It's kind of hard. I mean, I'm familiar with Spanish, French, Italian, um, Latin, as well as Japanese and Chinese. But so Sweden. Am I the only one who's hearing the messenger sound going
Oh,
on?
I'm. That's my bad. Me and
That's
Kevin
why
are.
that's why you see me like doing something on a computer.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
my
not
bad.
trying to I'm not trying to like evade you and stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. I
I might
technical
have
dif-
to.
technical difficulties. Yeah. Um. So if I yeah, so I do agree, Evan, especially with Chinese and Japanese. But I do want to ask, what is for me, it's got to be the countries that don't have English as their other fluent language. Does that make sense? Like for Russians, they have a broken English until they fully are fluent in them. Same thing with Chinese and Japanese and Korean. They don't have that kind of fluent English in them. So, yeah. So, uh, okay, Kevin, how
Yes.
would you answer the question?
Could you repeat the question? I was able to fix my screen finally.
All right. What do you think is the hardest language that you can learn?
I think any language can be the hardest. I guess it depends on the person. But for me, I think the hardest language is probably hmm, Mandarin, just because of whenever you write something in Mandarin or Cantonese, you would have to use the characters to write something down. I think for me, I think the pronunciation's easy because Vietnamese and Chinese are somehow similar, but the only difference is in Vietnamese we actually use Latin letters. We used to write using the Chinese symbols, Chinese characters, but one day France took over Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, and then at one point we were forced to use the French alphabet to write sentences. We felt the Vietnamese felt like the characters weren't as useful. It's kind of interesting because most Asian countries use this kind of these kinds of special characters, but we were Romanized by the French, and so we were influenced by the French to utilize the Latin alphabet.
Mm,
But I think Chinese is definitely hard, even though the Vietnamese and Chinese language has something in common. We may have similar
yeah.
vocabularies.
Would you guys go to a different country to teach English? And if so, which country would you go to? I'll start with you, Evan.
It's kind of a hard call, but I think my gut is leaning more towards maybe Japan, I'd say. I love Japanese culture, and it would be great to educate some people from Japan with the English language.
Mhm.
Yeah. So here's the thing I'll say about Japan. And I do agree with you, Evan, that Japan is the culture, especially with animations, which I know you like. You're a part of anime design, those kinds of things. The thing is with Japan is that they're very rich, very proud of their culture. And the one thing is that they don't want foreign influence, or they don't want foreign influence to the point to where it may disrupt their culture. So I think like for English, they want to be taught, but they don't want to like have it where it destroys their culture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like have you Evan, have you been to a 7-Eleven? Have you been to one?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Because you can look this up. 7-Elevens in Japan are really massive. Uh, they're really massive, and it's really massive, and it's actually very useful if you want to take a quick meal or take a quick bite. For me, I would teach the English language, I guess, in Russia because their English is very broken. So I would go there. Evan, I'm sorry, not Evan. Kevin. Kevin. Which country would you go to teach English?
Oh, where should I teach English?
Yeah,
I
which
think I would
country?
probably take English in, I would say Vietnam, because my family members are from Vietnam, and I
Hmm.
think it'll be really cool to bring the English language to the Vietnamese as a way for the Vietnamese people to connect with the foreigners. I do have cousins who don't know how to speak English while they live in Vietnam. Maybe it's because they only have certain resources, or they are live. I do have some my cousins who live in rural areas, which is hard for them to learn English. But I actually have several cousins who live in Ho Chi Minh City
Mm.
who knew English because they told me when they were in sixth grade they had to learn English, and they learned it through their instructor. And they told me that English was really hard for them because of how they pronounce the words, also understanding how to order the words, put those words in sequence. And also, they also told me the hardest part is pronouncing. Some words have the same vowels, but we tend to have some words pronounced a certain way, even though we use there are some words that use the same letter. So
Mm.
that's really hard for them to adjust to that. They say that English. They told me. I think they would say that English don't. They don't have accent marks on the alpha on the words, which was confusing to them. They're used to having accent marks. They know how to, because in Vietnamese we have certain accent marks. We have accent marks, and based on that, there's a certain way of pronouncing vowels with a particular accent marks. But for English, they don't show it. So it's really hard for them to memorize the pronunciation.
Yeah. Okay. This might be a quick episode. I don't know. Um, just to ask. Um, which language? If you were a language teacher, which language would you pick, and why? Kevin, you can go first.
Oh, this is tough. Sorry, could you repeat?
Which language would you pick to teach in a school, and why?
Hmm. Oh my god. I would probably pick Spanish because I mean, I would have picked Cantonese or Mandarin, but at the same time, I would rather pick Spanish because I'm used to writing words in Latin alphabet. As you know, we all speak English, and English and Spanish, you do use the Latin alphabet. So I think Spanish would be nice just because it is a widespread language around Latin America and South America. And I can relate Spanish and English pretty well. And in Waltham is a very diverse community, and there are several Hispanic Spanish speaking population living in Waltham, and which is why I would have wanted to teach Spanish. But before I thought about learning Spanish, I was actually afraid of taking Spanish because I was afraid that I would fail the language course. But I know how to. But it's like, I remember when I first took Spanish, I was taught the alphabet first, how to pronounce the alphabets first. And afterwards, we start learning greetings, commands, and at one point, that's when we start diving in deeper, get to learn about how we pronounce nouns. Actually, if you don't know, sorry to talk about this. I remember when I took Spanish class, I remember we use nouns and they are separated by gender. So there we use a, and, or the. Like, that's pretty much the articles we use in English. But in Spanish, there are four ways of saying the. One is el, la, los, and las. And a or an is una, unos, unas. And based off of that, it's really confusing. I'm pretty sure you've done this similar thing in French, but in Spanish, we categorize nouns by gender.
Yeah,
Usually
masculine and feminine.
Yes. In masculine, we would use uno, el, or los. And in feminine, we would use una, unas, la, las. And there's actually one noun, water. Many people would think it's la agua, but because there's an A, we cannot combine la and agua. So instead, we would use el agua, even though the noun ends in an A, which is kind of confusing. You know? But yeah, I think Spanish would be easier. Then at one point, we start learning how to conjugate verbs, mostly in present tense. You know, verb conjugations, to be, you know how you would say, I am, you are, he is, we are, they are. We use a specific patterns to conjugate, to change the verb endings depending on who you're speaking to or who you're speaking about. So for example, not to get too technical, but I use this thing called ser, and estar means to be. Ser is to be, but it describes who you are. So I would say in a present, I'm just going to use present tense for this purpose. I would say, yo soy, tú eres, él, usted es, nosotros somos, vosotros sois, ellos, ellas, ustedes son. So vosotros is actually the plural of you, but it is only used in Spain. So the vosotros form is in Spain. But estar, it also means to be, but describes on how you feel. So it's yo estoy, tú estás, él, ella, usted está, nosotros estamos, vosotros estáis, ellos, ellas, ustedes están. So you notice how we changed the verb endings?
Yes.
So it's really complex as opposed to the English.
Okay.
You know, it's the same idea.
Yeah. Evan, do you want to comment on that?
I'm not sure what to say. It's interesting, though. really interesting.
Yeah, so I will say that it is cool what you just said, Kevin. Evan, which language would you like to learn in would you like to learn?
Japanese, because I love Japanese culture like a lot, like video games from Japan, Nintendo, Sony, Sega, and also like anime. Like I like anime. Anime is good. Also like other stuff like traditions, holidays, festivities. I consider Japan my favorite Asian country, and I love to learn the language to learn more about the country that I love from Asia.
Nice. Yes, learning your culture, learning everything is nice. And also like what you like. So I do. For me, it's a hard one. I want to say my own language,
Mm.
but it's just like so complicated that even if I showed you, it would be interesting. I guess. Then another thing I would say is another language. If I had to pick, I guess Latin. Maybe I don't know. Like it's a
Oh, I kind
hard
of get
pick.
it. I
It's
kind of get
like
it.
hard, you know, and also it's really difficult to choose from.
We used to have Latin out classes, but I don't think the high school now has Latin courses
That's not good.
at this time. But when Evan and I were in high school, there was a Latin course, language course. But another
Mm.
language I would have wanted to take was French. French and Spanish are somehow related because they're part of the Romance language. But I think the only hardest part is the pronunciation. I think it's just practicing. I know how to pronounce most words in French, so I know bonjour, comment ça va, s'il vous plaît, merci beaucoup,
Yeah.
au revoir. Yeah.
How would you guys feel if languages in schools were taught in groups?
What do you mean groups? Are you talking about combining the languages together?
No, like Portuguese, uh, French, Spanish as one class, so you learn all three, while like languages that are connected.
Hmm.
How would
I
you?
feel like
Um, Evan, do you want to go?
I'm not sure what to say.
Hmm. Um, uh, do you? Okay. Is the question? Do you want me to help you clarify it?
Yeah,
So, like French, Spanish, and Portuguese, right? How would it make you
yeah.
feel if all of those languages were taught in one class?
It would be really interesting. I'd love to see a combination. And you might
Yeah,
not be learning that much, like as much, and like if they were separate. But it's really interesting to say the least. So maybe I can. It might be kind of divided, but a little quicker. But still interesting. Really cool.
I say that so does that help clarify, Evan? Okay. Um, Kevin, you can say what you were gonna say.
it would definitely make sense. I mean, I know there are some people who are trying to learn one particular language. It can be overwhelming. I can tell it might be too overwhelming for everyone to learn different languages in one course throughout the year. But it never hurts because it can be really good to gain a hand set of language in case if I guess you can use it to communicate with anybody around the world. I mean, I know Spanish is actually really most like what I think the second or third widespread use of language, actually. So, not to get off topic, but before, can I tell you this procedure? There
Hmm.
was, like, anytime you're enrolled in special education, we weren't required to take language courses, which is how most of us didn't take any world language courses, with the
What?
exception of me.
What? Why?
I guess it's because for anybody from special ed who learns about the language, it might be too overwhelming for them to memorize. I think that's the hardest part, having the ability to memorize all the words and understanding how the language is set up, because every language has its own setup. So when I became in ninth grade, I did not have to take a world language, but my parents insisted me to take a world language so I can have a third language set in stone. Um, but
Hmm.
I think, but yeah, which is how I knew Spanish. But in my case, I kind of wish there was one class where you can learn Spanish and French and a third language at the same time, because I think it'll be really cool to kind of like combine these languages together instead of just taking one language. I think
And
it's also cool to network with different people who cannot just speak Spanish, but they can speak French or Italian or Portuguese, at least with the Romance languages, because they relate pretty well.
hmm. And it can help your brain out.
Sorry, what's that?
It can help your brain out.
Yeah. And I think the part I love about the world languages is, yes, the world languages can help you network easily. You know how you take math classes and English classes
Hmm.
or history classes? Most of the time, it's like a lecture. The teacher will tell you what it is, and they expect you to remember. But whenever you're doing like a world language course, right? Oftentimes you'll be paired with someone to communicate, read together, play games while learning the language. That's at least from my experience.
Especially if you, oh, on top of that, I do want to add, imagine if you're an exchange student or you have someone who is an exchange student.
Yes,
You get to learn you get to learn the culture of where you're at, or vice versa. So,
absolutely.
so let me ask you this question. Well, actually, yeah, Evan, if you had the chance to be an exchange student, where would you go and why?
I'd pick Japan.
Uh, oh, you're a Japan person. I see.
Yeah.
So, would you actually, maybe to ask you about your college career? Have you ever thought of studying in Japan?
No, I'm kind of like nervous when it comes to like being at a place that's kind of that I'm unfamiliar with, and sometimes I'm kind of unfamiliar and nervous about like plane travel. I'm scared of heights.
Mhm. Oh, I feel you.
I've been to Japan before, the airport in Narita, Japan, and a lot of people there are pretty friendly. Every time I say hi, they usually bow. You
Mm.
bow like this. That's the custom greeting. And yeah, they're pretty friendly. They actually love foreigners. They actually love when foreigners come and visit.
But they don't want so many foreigners.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's part of their culture. It's not a bad thing,
Yeah. Well,
right?
France is different. France is definitely different. They're like entitled. My sister witnessed this when she was in France, and I can imagine her like, if you want to connect, well, you have to know French.
That's not good.
Well, she was in
Where
France
would you,
for 1 week.
where would you go, Kevin, as an exchange student or even studying?
Hmm? Sorry. Could you
Um,
repeat?
where? Oh, whoops. Oh my God. Oops. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, can you hear me now, Kevin?
Yep.
Okay, so to repeat the question, if you had to study somewhere or be an exchange student, which country would you pick and why?
Hmm. Oh God, this is tough. There's so many good countries. I guess I would want to go France just because I want to learn how to be polite, but at the same time, I know Spanish very well, and I can relate to Spanish and French pretty well because they are Romance languages, and I think the only thing I need to understand is adjusting to the variants of French and Spanish language. They somehow follow the same pattern. It's just variances in words. But another place I would want to go to is Italy. Actually, think Italian and Spanish are more related because they have because their vocabulary is definitely similar than French.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. But Spanish has more alphabets than Italian, though. I actually learned that Italian does not have J, K, W, X, and Y. But Spanish, I don't think Spanish does have K and W, but they're not as used much unless if you combine it with foreign words.
Hmm.
But for French, I've learned a little bit of French, and I think I get confused a lot. But I actually learned that I might write some words in French. I'll show you on the screen, but there are certain letters that you cannot pronounce at the end. Actually, if I can write this down so you can see. So I wrote this word down. You can guys can see, right?
Yes, yes.
So the top with the P T E T I T, you would say petit. The last T is usually silent, but on the bottom you would say petite. So petit,
Right.
petit, petite, and same thing with like big is grand, and then grande.
uh, that is cool. It's like I learned that in French. It was really cool, but then it also depends on the teacher who you have. Some of them can
Sorry,
be
what is
good.
it?
It depends on the teacher you have.
Mm.
Some of them can be, good, and some of them could be bad. It really depends.
Mm.
So yeah. Um. What's another thing? For me, I would go to Russia. Russia. I like the snow. And they do have a nice, very good space program. They're number one in space by a long shot. It's not a coincidence why they're number one. They know what they're doing with space, their research, their studies, their astronauts, or as they say back in the USSR days, the cosmonauts, their cosmonauts, uh, their agencies, everything they know what to do with space. They love it. They are also really nice. Another thing they're very dominant in is ice hockey. They're very great in fighting. They're very good at training. So there's a lot of good. Now, I do not like the president Vladimir Putin due to him being there for so long. That is not me. So yeah, that's just my take. That's it.
I actually flew over Russia before when I was leaving Vietnam. I just remembered this was during the summer. If you're in the north side, you'll see a lot of snow.
Uh, hmm. Okay.
But another place I think would be cool for me is Japan. I like the politeness, and I actually like the landscapes. Actually, when I was flying over Japan, I just remember seeing rice fields. You can see lots of mountains there. I also flew over China before, and I remember if you fly in the east side China, you'll see a lot of mountains and fields over there. It's a really big
Hmm.
country. I've never
Yeah.
been to Europe, but I've been to Asia a couple times before.
Yeah. Vietnam.
Yes.
Uh. Okay. Here's another question. Um. What is the hardest accent that you hear that you don't seem to understand when they speak English? So to clarify, uh, uh, a Chinese person speaking English or a Spanish person speaking English.
Oh, I get what you mean. I know
But
exactly what you mean.
here's the thing: please don't be discriminatory or racist here.
Yeah. Oh, that's not my intent.
Also, I'm gonna go.
I think the hardest part is
I'll leave for a moment. You two can talk.
okay. I think the hardest part for me to hear is there'll be someone with a thick accent from, let's just say, Ukraine. They have like a thick, very thick accent. It's really hard. I'm not trying to discriminate anyone. I have a lot of Ukrainian friends, but it's hard for me to comprehend with anybody who has a thick accent. I mean, I'm used to interacting with someone with the thick accent, and I guess it's really about taking the time to adjust. I mean, anybody can anyone who knows English can speak the language. It's just it's all about how can you respect someone because they know the language, but at the same time it's just they're not like a natural. They're just used to speaking English a certain way, which I really which I accept anyway because they're speaking the same language. How about you, Evan? What do you think?
Not sure.
Yeah. I mean, I actually can understand anybody. I mean, I'm used to dealing with anyone who has thick accent while speaking the English language. But yeah, I do have several friends who are from different regions of around the world, and they when they do speak English, I can automatically understand them. I actually have relatives in Vietnam are who know English, but they don't. But it's hard for them to adjust, you know. But yeah, so yeah, if you were to deal with someone, a foreigner who speaks English but has a thick accent, Mark, how would you handle that person? Will you be able to like understand them? Will you, without them feeling judged because they're speaking the same language? So how would you like interact with them? Would you be okay with speaking with someone who has a thick accent?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been in an instance where you may deal with someone? You don't have to say who. And was it hard? What was it like interacting with someone, a foreigner who has a thick accent?
I am not sure if I remember like interacting with someone with a thick accent.
Hmm. Was it hard to like understand them at first?
I'm not sure. It's just kind of hard because I don't really remember like that kind of stuff. It's kind of fuzzy in my head right now.
Mm, yeah, I feel like anybody can. I think anyone should be treated with respect. To be honest, I think that's luckily in the Waltham High School. We there is a class where there's an ESL course, so English second language as a second language. I mean, it is important to have that class, especially for the foreigners who come from a different country, so they can understand the English language. Um, but I think the unfortunate part is really seeing someone who's being discriminated just because of how they speak English. And honestly, we're all speaking the language, but the problem is a lot of people would make fun of someone who may not speak English perfectly. So, how would you help those who are struggling to speak English, and how would you make sure they're not being discriminated?
I'm not really sure. It's really
Yeah. Would you like be like? Would you say like, "Hey, I know English is a hard language, but you're doing a good job.
um,
I am able to understand you very well."
yeah, I try to be kind to others. I try to be nice to others and
Yeah.
that way.
I think that's a very important part because you want to make sure that everyone's comfortable around you. I think that's the part about networking. I when I took Spanish, I don't think any teacher would purposely make fun of us. But if we pronounce words differently, incorrectly, they'll just let us know rather than making fun of the students. I've dealt with a lot of the Spanish teachers I had who were able to help us pronounce words correctly or utilize the grammar correctly. It's like the same thing. It's like English, but if you're trying to learn a language, it's like you're technically in the same spot as someone who's learning English as a second language. You're in the same, literally in the same position because you're used to speaking in one language. I think the hardest was just adjusting to learning the language, any type of language, really.
Mm. Yeah. What were you guys talking about?
You were asking us about thick accents, from what I remember, but I also transitioned to talking about what we were just talking about now.
Oh, which is what?
How someone's learning the English as a second language is similar to someone who's learning a different language as a language other than English. You know what I mean?
It is hard. Yeah, like learning
And
English.
yet they make fun of some. There are times where someone would make fun of the foreigner because of how they speak one particular language or learning the
Yeah,
second language.
right. It's when speaking English from a or like a Russian, a Chinese person, it's really hard to understand it. It's not being racist or discriminatory. But what is racist and discriminatory is making fun of them for that. It's the other way around. If I am learning Spanish, French, and my accent is going to be very different, but on the other hand, if someone's making fun of me for it, that's not okay. And also, our accents are very different, especially with New England, especially in the US, like down south where I am in Texas. You have a southern accent, you have a Texan accent. Like, and in the New England area, you have a very New England accent.
Yes, I've noticed that. I've been in North Carolina before, and they do speak the same language, but they may change the vocabulary a little bit. I actually went to this one restaurant, and a lot of waiters or waitresses would say like, "How you doing, my love?" So they're not saying my love as like a romantic. They would say it as like a slang, if that makes sense. I guess it was hard for me to adjust to the Southern culture. We're speaking the same language. It's just they have some variations in terms of greetings.
Yeah. Evan, would you agree?
I think so.
Uh, okay. Um, yeah. Okay. Kevin, where do you want to transition from here?
What do you mean?
I don't know how much we can talk about languages. It's very like
Oh, I think we should talk about our experiences with learning about the world languages, like especially when you and I were in high school and middle school, and then maybe discuss your experience of taking a foreign language in your school is like, and I could discuss my foreign language in my high school,
Yeah,
so the
I guess
audience can
like
understand.
my brain is rotting about it. I don't know why.
Mm,
Um, I will say learning a language is very difficult. So if you're put in a position to learn it and they don't, and you get made fun of for it, that is not okay. Same thing if you make fun of someone for it, that is also not okay.
mhm.
So the reason why I took French was because I didn't want to take Spanish like every person would. Majority of people, like other people, take German or Latin, and I wasn't like enough people. So I took French, and it worked out well till like French three. That's decide when I decided to drop it.
Mm.
And Kavya actually took French originally, but switched to Latin, which is
Oh
really,
wow.
which is a big shift. And Harney took Spanish.
What did they when Kavya took French? Was it hard for her before she took Latin?
I believe so. Harney might have said something similar. Um, mm, my
What was
mom's
the setup like for you? Like, what kind of activities did you do when learn taking French?
guess learning reading and writing, doing Duolingo, which is very interesting. Also
Mhm.
communicating like through headphones to person to ask questions.
Oh, was this during COVID?
No, this was not during COVID. This was in class.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I don't
Yeah,
think I've ever dealt with that before.
yeah. So like what they would do, you would have to imagine this. Like imagine in a classroom, like a microphone setup, like a headphone microphone setup, and you'd be randomly paired with people to
Mhm.
talk with in the language, in like French, Spanish, Latin, German.
Mhm.
It was a really interesting experience.
Did it help you network with people easily?
Yeah, actually, but in French
Mhm.
three, it was really because it was COVID, and then I don't
Mhm.
know what happened. Like, so in French three, you can't. What you can't do is like look off the board and say. You had to do it by memorization.
Oh, that's always the hard part.
Yeah, that was really hard for me, and I always failed those kind of class. I failed those assignments because it was not okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
think the Spanish tree should be more like, let's collaborate, communicate with your your peers.
so, what Spanish classes did you take? One and two?
Yep, I also took Spanish 3. As I said before, I started taking Spanish when a foreign language when I was in 10th grade, so I started pretty late. And that's how I was able to communicate with mostly the people from most who were mostly from the class of 2016. So I actually saw most of them from the class of 2016 since I started late. But during my first year in Spanish 1, Evan was a freshman that time, but I was in 10th grade. In that class, there was Matt, Sarah. I forgot who else was there. But the first thing we were taught, the very first day, we were learning the alphabet. And I also remember we learned the days of the week. For example, Domingo is Sunday, Lunes is Monday, Martes is Tuesday, Miércoles Wednesday, Jueves Thursday. No. Oh yes, Viernes is Friday and Sábado is Saturday. So I remember learning the days of the week. We also learn what time is it. ¿Qué hora es? Son las dos de la noche, or de la tarde. What time is it? It is 2 in the afternoon. So there's a certain way of a certain phrase you use to tell the time. I also remember learning how to say weeks, months, and years in Spanish. Semana is week. At least I forgot what months was, but I know years año. And at one point, I was mentioning to you guys earlier about verb conjugations. Well, actually, before that, we learned subject pronouns. Like I, you, he, she, we, they. Those are subject pronouns. But in Spanish, there's yo means I, tú, it's you. But if you're speaking to a friend, but usted is a singular form of you, but you're talking to an adult or a formal person. Él is he, ella is she. Nosotros is we. Vosotros is you all, in a plural, but in informal. But it is mostly used. But it's only used in Spain. Ellos, ellas, ustedes. Ellos, ellas is they, and ustedes is you. You all, but formal. If you ever use, the only way you can use ustedes in the informal is if you're in Latin America. But you can also mix use, because vosotros is only used in Spain. And at one point, we started learning how to conjugate verbs. Like, we mostly did the present tense when I was in Spanish class. I thought Spanish conjugation was really cool because it's like your, how you do algebra?
Right.
Math algebra. It's kind of like the same idea. You try to remember the pattern and apply it based on who you're talking to. So let's just say, I'm going to use one verb for example. So hablar is to talk. Yo hablo. Yo hablo means I talk. Tú hablas. You talk. Él habla. He talks. Ella habla. She talks. Usted habla. You talk. Nosotros hablamos. We talk. Vosotros habláis. You all talk. Ellos hablan. They talk. Ellas hablan. They talk. And ustedes hablan. They talk. You all talk. So you kind of notice like the differences on how we use the form talk, right? But the endings are different. I think it's kind of like the same thing for you in French, like because I'm pretty sure in French whenever you're given a verb you conjugate the verbs in French.
Yeah.
I know parler is to talk in French, so je parle is I talk, tu parles, you talk, elle parle, he she talks, nous parlons, we talk, vous parlez, you all talk. Elle parle is they talk.
Yeah, something like that. It's been a while. Just to be clear. So, yeah.
But in Spanish too, we learn preterite tense. You don't know if you know preterite.
Preterite? No.
Okay. So in Spanish, there are many ways to use the past tense. Preterite is more, it's like an action that's already been completed without repeating the event. So, and imperfect is also past tense, but an event can reoccur again at any point. It's hard to explain it, but if you get the logics, I'll give you one example. So, for instance, I'm going to use to talk in Spanish. So, yo hablé, I talked. That's I talked. But there is another way. You know how there's a different ways of saying I talked in the past tense. I talked, but you can also say I was talking because of the word was. In imperfect tense, I would say yo hablaba. Yo hablaba. I was talking. But in hablé, I talked.
So there's past, present, and perfect tense?
Yep. Yes. I think this is like, for me, this is imperfect tense.
Mm,
Perfect. I think perfect tense is a little bit different. I think you would say I would have I would have talked. I forgot. I think it's hablaría.
mm,
I would have talked. Oh
mm.
no, no, it's not that. I lied. It would be yo he hablado. I would
Okay.
have talked. Yep. Um, I will talk. Yo hablaré. I will talk.
Okay. Yeah.
And
That's
then
yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know about that.
I also learned future tense. In the same example, you would say yo hablaré. I will talk. You will talk. Tú hablarás. He will talk. Él hablará. No, we will talk. Nosotros hablaremos. You all will talk. Vosotros hablaréis. They will talk. Ellos hablarán. So you kind of see this pattern, right?
Yeah.
Depending on who you're talking to, who you're talking about, and what tense you use. I actually learned that when I was in Spanish too. And I remember at one point I was mentioning about how I was able to. There was one person in that class who was able to like change my life by being more extrovert. But we had the opportunity to really work in pairs or in a group to memorize the vocabulary words and also learn the grammar, learn how to conjugate or change the verb tense.
What about Spanish 3?
Yeah, Spanish 3 is really in depth. So you were required to take 2 years of Spanish, but during my third year in Spanish, I was a senior at that time. The instructor would only speak in Spanish 90% of the time. So if she would tell us like, "Hey, bring a book. Let's open a book," she would give us a command in Spanish because she said to us, "You're supposed to know the Spanish." Well, for the first couple weeks she would speak in English because we're trying to be familiar with her with her uh, um, expectations, I guess. And she was speaking purposely speaking English so that way we can be familiar with her room, and also be slowly adjusted to getting ready for her to speak in Spanish after 2 weeks later. I was kind of nervous, but I think the only thing we all worked on is being able to practice listening skills, which, and most of us were able to like take the time to understand her. Like she would speak a little bit of directions in English, but mixture of English and Spanish. And but there will be times where when we always understand, there will be times where she will check in English so she can check to see what she said in Spanish, and we have to translate what it means in English. But it's kind of like similar to Spanish too. But there was an instance where we would do like a video recording project. So we would have to say something in Spanish. I think we did like a news thing, I guess. And towards the end of Spanish 3, I left early because I was able to graduate early. I remember we had to read a book and we had to do a present. So we would read in Spanish. And then during the presentation, we would have to talk about what the book is about, but we were able to speak in English. We were able to summarize in English. But the one thing the teacher told me was never use, well, not never, but do not always utilize the Google Translate because one thing that Google Translate doesn't use is subjective tense. Every time you write something in Spanish, it'll write the facts. Like there's this thing called indicative tense and subjective tense. Google Translate doesn't care much about subjective tense. you would say, I think it is important to study. In Google, so in Spanish, it would say, yo creo, yo pienso, let's just say, it is important that we study. If we talk in Spanish, we would say, es importante que nosotros estudiemos. But in Google Translate, it'll be something else. It'll say, es importante que nosotros estudiamos, but it's wrong because it's more about subjective. It's not facts. So the Spanish teacher would say, do not always translate everything from the whole sentence. We can translate by figuring out what one word means. But she didn't care, but at the same time, when we present, we didn't have to summarize in Spanish. We just needed to understand what the story was about. And so there was the 3 pairs. I think I was working with Luis Gonzalez, and I forgot who. I think the other one was there was a girl, but I forgot her name, who was also part of Evan's grade. So we had to summarize what the book was about. It was pretty interesting too. It's like you're putting the puzzle pieces. You know how you do reading comprehension, and then there'll be a time where you have to present what the book was about, like a book report.
Yep.
It's the same idea. It's the same idea, but we have to read in Spanish what it means, and then we have to translate. Well, we don't have to translate everything, but we just summarize what the book was about.
Nice.
As a way to understand reading comprehension in Spanish. We were able to watch a little bit of movies in Spanish, but there'll be like a
I watched movies in French.
Oh, French is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to take French. French was my first option, but my parents said I should take Spanish. But my sister took French for 2 years. So Olivia, my sister took French while I took Spanish, which is kind of cool.
I'm learning something. That's an interesting thing. What do you think, Evan?
I'm not sure about what to say, really.
Oh, also, we do play games in both Spanish 1, 2, and 3. Before Duolingo was invented, there'll be like a pair of 2 big groups. I'm going to talk about Spanish 2 when my friend and I were like, I remember her telling me, hey, you should be in my group, but there'll be another group of people that would say, oh, you have to be in this group. So I'm like, I'm being both pulled by 2 different sides. But there are many times where if we were learning vocabulary, a teacher would list all the words in that unit, and we would play past the games, and then it's like a music game, and there'll be an instance, it'll be like, what does this word mean, the English word mean in Spanish? And then one of us would have to hold the flashcards, and whoever gets it right will get a point. So it's like world language course. It's more like an interactive thing, as opposed, you know how in math they'll just do like you have to write. The teacher would write everything on board. In English, they would write everything on board. For Spanish, it's way different. It's more interactive. You work in pairs or in large groups. And I actually like that method better because this can allow you to network easily. And you can easily make friends. That's the part I really like about world language. I actually do miss taking world language classes. I actually still have like Spanish homeworks down in my house somewhere. I kept it for over 10 years. Maybe one day I should show you the Spanish materials I still have downstairs. But yeah, I think without my parents, I would not know how to speak Spanish. Without my parents, I guess, encouraging me to take the Spanish. Well, they actually wanted me to take language. They actually forced me to learn the language, which I'm like, I was kind of hesitant at first, but it never hurts,
Mm,
But it's
yeah.
but it's but it's really but it from my experience, it's really fun. A lot of kids seem to be very engaged, and where everyone would able to speak with each other. And I just miss the moments where you get to collaborate with people. And it's also easier to network rather than because it's really hard for people to network easily when you take math course or history course, unless if you do like a project, like a history project.
And being able to be cool and awesome about it, right?
Yeah, I think the world language really changed my life. Where I can really be myself. Just have the opportunity and luxury to interact with someone I haven't met before, even if the instructor would ask me to be paired with someone. It's just a great way to really network with people.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk about more in depth about your French class experience, to see if it's
Yes.
similar to mine or different.
Yeah. So, like in French, one, I did the basics. French
Hmm.
2, I went in a little more depth. Then French 3, it was a lot more in depth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I will put it out to that. I will say,
Does it like mirror on what I did, like the structure wise? Like you learn
not
the.
really. Well, not
Mhm.
really, because we did read books, we did collaborate with each other on projects,
Mhm.
but certain things, it was very, very different. I will say it was very different. That's all I will
Yeah.
say. And I did have problems with my second French teacher because in French 3, I was in COVID and it was really hard for me. So my mother had to fight for me at times, and that's what happened.
Mm.
I'm not going to get
You,
into it, but,
yeah.
but
You
yeah.
would have definitely liked the world languages at high school, at the Waltham High better.
Mm.
Based on my experience.
Yeah.
Because when I was taking Spanish for 3 years, everyone was seemed to be very engaged. I remember during my first Spanish class as a 10th grader, most of them were ninth graders. I remember being paired with somebody, and we would usually work together to make sure we get the points. Well, guessing what word means, understanding how grammar works, that kind of thing. And I
Mm.
think the most important part is like also practicing the language at your own time, not just taking the language in class. If you want to excel in one language, which I'm thankful that I still know most of Spanish. I mean, I may not remember every single thing, but I have some knowledge, basic knowledge on how to speak the language.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, Evan, I'll start with you to kind of close up. How would you encourage someone to learn a language?
I try to convince them by showing them the positives of learning another language. Make them more like open to other people's languages. It could make them like understand someone who speaks a different language from them. It can like open the roadway for more communication and friends and connections and people that they can consider like love. They can consider loved ones and it will make them happier, make them smarter, not more knowledgeable, and maybe more helpful to others.
Yeah, I agree. And also, you can even study in another country or have an exchange student come here and learn about it. So that's always a positive. Um, like learning the culture, learning new people, learning like that you could speak it fluently, and also also it could be from your family history, your genetics of potentially maybe wanting to learn a language. Also, you shouldn't have languages go extinct. That is
Mm,
not okay. Like in Ireland, they have Irish, and the language like is going down due to not people, I guess, learning it. Maybe English is coming through. That's what's happening.
mm.
So that's why it's happening in Ireland. I think. I don't know for certain. So just preserve your language if you can. Sometimes it can go extinct, but preserve it, like Irish or English. Certain language do need to be preserved.
Yeah.
Kevin, how would you encourage someone?
I think you should take it as an opportunity. I think learning a language can really be a gateway to network easily, especially if you ever visit a different country outside from of where you're from. You will. It's like there'll be a time you may need to adjust to the culture, and if you ever encounter someone who speaks a different language from what you're thinking, it's like how can you respond back? I think luckily on iPhones there are like the translators. Maybe you could ask a phrase, and it's like you're cheating in a way, I guess.
But it's
You
not
would,
accurate.
yeah, but it's not accurate. I think it's just like incorporate the culture, and learning language would definitely enhance a lot to be comfortable with that particular culture. I know in Spain's different from Mexico and South America and Latin America, even though they speak the same language, because Spain is an area where Spanish was is originated from, and then
Right.
that language was spread to that area. But I think for French, Canada, there is an area in Canada where they do speak French, but I think in Africa, French is starting to become like, I guess, popular in parts of Africa,
Mm.
I believe. So French is actually not going away. It's starting to grow. The language is growing in Africa.
Yeah, but the problem is with Africa, they were colonized by the Europeans, and then it was divide and conquer essentially based on
Yeah.
like, certain things. That's why now, like Sudan was split in two, Sudan and South Sudan.
Yep.
Even though Sudan, like most of northern Africa, speaks Arabic, there are very variations of Arabic. Like
That's true.
variations of Arabic. Like when the French controlled, it was of it. I believe it's a French. It's Arabic, but with a French like accent or something like a mix between Arabic and French.
Hmm.
Italy once controlled a part of northern Africa. That's why Arabic and Italian mix. You have Spain, actually Spain. You have
Yep.
an Arabic and Spanish mix.
Yes, I've seen videos of that.
So there are some language, like you said, Kevin, like Romance languages. They're very similar. In the language, you could have a mix, depending on where you are in the world,
Hmm.
based on history or anything. All right.
I was gonna practice one French before you say something. I was
Uh,
gonna say bonjour, je m'appelle Kevin. Bienvenue à Paris. Oh, je vais Paris. Yeah. Je suis content et je
oh,
je
nice. Oh, Evan, I see you have like a
mange,
Game
I
Boy.
eat. What's that?
Evan, I see you have a Game Boy controller.
Game Boy controller? Don't you mean like Game Boy controller? Or is that like a Game Boy, like the
I,
GameCube controller?
I meant GameCube. Sorry.
It's okay.
Where did you get that?
2013. Or I think, or maybe like it was 20. I can't remember. Like the first video game controller I got was black one and indigo one back in December of 2005, and then later on we got a silver controller, and then like another black controller and two silver wireless controllers, but now I only have the silver controller with the wire and the black controller, but it doesn't have certain buttons that can be used. And there's also and the silver wireless controllers. I'm not sure about what's up with them. Maybe they need new batteries or something.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, Rahul, do you have any French words that you know that you can
Fork.
say on here? Sorry, what?
Fork.
Ooh.
So it means seal in French, but
Oh.
fork it sounds like the word fuck.
I know. Je ne sais pas. I don't know.
Je ne sais
Je
pas.
sais. Je sais. I know.
Je n'appelle means
My name is.
My name is, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's been a
Me llamo. Me llamo is my name is in Spanish. Me llamo. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I do want to do this. I want to do categories, but I want to make it really quick. What do you guys say?
I'm up for categories. Just gotta rip a piece of paper though.
And by the way, I am going to participate, so I hope you have fun with that.
All right.
So
who's going to be monitoring the words, though?
And since it's going to be the three of us, that's going to be great. It's just going to be three people, so
yeah,
that's fine. All right. Do you guys have your pieces of paper? All right. All right. Who wants to go first?
Oh, first, as to see which word, which letter contains and is contained in the word. I guess.
Which person wants to choose the round for all three of us? And by the way, Evan, just to clarify for you, when you do choose what is for the round, you also have to participate. I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should go first.
Evan, you can go first, right? So, okay, I'm gonna get my notepad out. So, what is the number of words first?
Oh, you mean how many words are in there? You mean?
Well, how many words do we have to write or type?
7, please.
7? Okay, 7 words. What is the topic?
Music.
Okay, music. What is the prefix?
Prefix, root, or suffix?
Yeah. What do you want to choose, Evan? Prefix, suffix, or root?
I'm hoping for prefix, words starting with M.
All right.
M starts. Let's start with M or N. Sorry.
M.
M. Okay. Any word that starts with an M. Got it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. Good luck.
All right, I got all the 7 words.
I do want to clarify one rule. Please do not look up words. Just saying. I'm done.
Nice.
Done.
All right, Evan, do you want to go first?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think sure. Like first word mandolin. I think that's how it's spelled. I mean how it's pronounced. Mandolin.
How you spell it? I'm sorry.
Mandolin.
Mandolin. Is that what you said?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't have that word.
So the proper spelling based on what it shows is Mandolin.
Oh, mandolin.
But I'll let this one slide, so you're okay.
All right.
Next word.
Maraca.
Maraca.
I didn't think of that. I actually don't have that word.
All right. 3.
Me. Like do re mi.
Ah.
I don't have that actually. I didn't even think of it.
4.
Musician.
Nope.
Okay. 5.
Mono, like sound, like mono stereo surround.
Good
Ah,
one.
Good
I don't
one.
have that.
6.
Mumbo, like
Nope.
dance, I think.
Yeah, it is. I don't have. Thankfully, I don't have that word.
7.
Oh wait, did you have mumbo, Raul?
No, I don't have mumbo.
Oh,
No.
okay. And then there's Mambo, like Mambo number 5.
Nope. I do not have that. So it looks like Evan's got a perfect 7.
Oh. Did you send Micah on the link?
Micah?
Michael's.
I did. I sent Michael the link.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Right.
what's up, yo?
We're doing a game of categories.
I'm back.
Do you want to join real quick?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you're not gonna get a point for this round, so you just joined.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good to
so-
see. Good to see y'all again.
Good to see you. So just grab a piece of paper and pen.
All right.
Yeah. Kevin, what is your one?
Okay, my first word is minute.
All right.
Mary, Mary.
All right.
Melody, Melody. Mix, Mix.
Okay.
Magnificent, mankind, and moral.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I guess me, Evan, and Kevin are gonna get point. So the next, so then a few words. The 7 words I have are match, March, moo, more, Marty, maybe, and mod. So those are my seven. Those are my 7 words. Okay. All right. So okay. So Micah, you're ready.
Yep, I got my paper and my pencil for categories.
Okay. Kevin, can you hear me still? Okay. All right. All right. So, well, okay. Here's how I'm gonna do this. Uh, Michael,
Yes, sir.
do you want to go next?
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
so, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose the word, the number of words, the topic, and in this now you're gonna choose the suffix.
wait, can you repeat that one more time?
So the number of words, the topic, and now the suffix or root.
Hmm. Okay. So the word has to do with. Hmm. It has to do like the school with 10 words, and it has to start with the letter. Let me see. It has to start with the letter H.
Oh no! Oh, hold on. We're talking about the ending of a word or the
Oh,
root. So you can't do the start of the word anymore.
okay. So it has to start the end of the word ed with ten
Ed.
words.
Right. So
Yeah,
10 words that the topic is school and end in ed.
yeah.
All right. Good luck, guys. Uh, Kevin, is your computer restarting? Okay.
Done.
Who's done?
Me.
All right. I have 7. 3 more to go. Uh, Kevin, you have your words? Okay. All right. Who's done? Just raise your hands. So everyone's done?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to start with you, Michael. Okay. So just keep that in mind. What is your first word?
Graded.
No, I don't have that one.
Oh, okay. The second one is schooled.
Mm, no.
The third one is traded.
Mm, no.
The fourth one is enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have it?
No, no.
Oh, okay, okay. Five is loved.
Hmm. No.
Six is trusted.
No.
Seven is left.
Mm, no.
And then eight is stressed.
9.
Nine is the name is Ted, like a boy's name.
Okay. 10.
Then test to 10, I mean, the 10 is classed.
Okay. So you. Does anybody have any words from Michael's list? No? Okay.
No? All right.
I'll go next then. I had to delete a word because it didn't end in ed. I added education, which was really stupid of me. So that is a problem. Um, yeah. So now I have 9. So who has adjudicated? No one? Who has educated? No one? Um, Wait, you guys don't have educated? None of you? No? Okay, transitioned. No one? Kicked? No one? No one, does anybody have punched? Cried? Jumped? Kissed? And proved? no one has proved. Proved. Oh, Kevin, you have it?
Wait, is it an AD or ED?
Proved. Proved.
Oh, it ends. Oh, I think I don't have anything because I misheard what you said. Anyone can hear me speaking, right?
I'm the
Yeah,
only one who can.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. We
what?
can.
What word?
I have all the words that end in AD.
80?
Yeah, I thought it was 80. I don't know why.
Um. Well, you just.
I,
Well, we can't get points, sadly. Cause
all right, that's fine. I don't care. So
what do you mean you
I
don't
don't care
care?
because of the technical difficulties on my computer. You know.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I don't care. I'll gain the points in this round. So
yeah. Evan, what are your words?
All right. My words are learned,
Okay.
expelled,
Okay.
suspended, honored, graduated, headed, transferred, awarded, promoted, and corrected.
All right. All right. So you, well, Evan is in the lead, and Michael has just gained a point. So good job. All right. Kevin.
you should go next because I'm still loading. So
No. Well, I usually.
because no one can hear. Oh wait. You can go first because it's still my
Well, I
computer's still
usually
low.
reserve myself last because I want to get the hardest.
Okay, well it's actually just in the nick of time. My computer's just so slow. So
Okay, I'll ask this question.
but no wait.
Michael, what have you been doing these past couple of weeks?
Yes, so I just came back from Pittsburgh State University over the weekend. So it's been the best college I've been to so far. So I've been doing a lot of like events, like Bible studies, fashion shows, clubhouse parties, classes, and just working.
What language would you like to learn?
What language?
Yeah.
I would say mostly Spanish, but I so yeah, so I might do it sometime in the future.
Yeah. Kevin, can you hear me? Uh, Barney, 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 Barney.
Barney and friends.
Yeah, sorry for technical difficulties. Um,
I love you. You love me.
Evan has disappeared.
Oh wow. Probably
Uh,
probably technology issues.
Michael, what do you think is the hardest language you think is?
Probably French. French. Probably.
Hmm. Kevin, are you okay? What happened with your computer?
It's still loading, still buffering. I'm gonna open Facebook and click the link again, but the link is just appears so slow.
Okay. Okay, so I got an idea for you, okay? Um, since you can only hear me, I will tell it for you, okay? You're on mute. You're on mute.
I'd rather speak, but the computer is just so slow.
Just, I can tell it for you. I can tell it for you.
Okay. Um. Okay. Let me write down. So what's the word? What's the
So
topic?
you have to give the topic.
Oh wait.
So you have to give the topic, number of words, the topic, and now the root. Uh, the the root of the word.
Okay. So how many words did you say?
No, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Oh. Okay. Well. I was gonna do 10 words,
10. Okay.
and and the the root of the word will contain hmm, an.
A-N, are you
A.
sure?
Mm-hmm.
A-N. Okay.
Yes,
That's it?
that's it. Ten
Wait,
words.
Kevin, you said beginning of the AN or
I think I should be able to join here. Actually, but it's just so slow.
wait, Kevin.
Wait, Michael's asking, is it in beginning, middle, or end?
You told me to write stuff in root. You told me to do root.
Okay.
So it's the beginning of the
And
AN, right?
No, Michael, just to clarify, Kevin said 10 words with A-N in the middle of the word.
No, okay, gotcha.
unless I can choose prefix, suffix, or root.
Well, root is fine. Root is fine.
Okay,
Okay, so any word that has an in the middle.
Okay. So, guys, what Kevin said was 10 words and A-N in the middle. Okay?
all right.
Good luck.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Just a difficulties on my end.
And I wish you were on your phone.
I know. But I got all the 10 words, though, that contain the letter AN in the middle of the word.
Is anybody done other than Kevin?
I got one more, to be honest.
Evan, how many more do you have left? One more? Okay, take your time, no worries.
Sanzella. Je suis avec Evan, Rahul et Michael.
I got my 10 words down.
Voilà.
You're gonna notice like how I use the AN.
Je t'en. I understand. Je t'en.
Evan, question. Have you thought about putting your hair, having a ponytail?
I did, but it broke. Sadly, I tied my hair back like in like August for my job, or maybe September, but like but kind of broke off at some point.
This is my ponytail here.
uh, Kevin, do you want to fill in on Michael what we were talking about? for
We've
this
been
ep-
discussing about the world, about the languages, and
Mm.
why we think that the special education should you implement American Sign Language, and what language courses have we taken,
Mm.
and what our foreign language, what taking foreign language in school was like.
Oh wow! So that's the topic you discuss about today.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Did you take any foreign languages in school?
no, I took only the graphic design classes in Pittsburgh State University. So
Oh,
I took like 4 courses.
just not world languages.
Nah, but maybe I'll take one probably next year though, before I graduate.
Nice.
Mhm. I think I was the first in. I was probably the first to take the language, or maybe Tina must have taken it before me.
Hmm,
All right. Um,
nice.
Evan, do you have your words down? All right, Kevin, you get to say the first word.
Okay, the first word I have is band, BAND.
No.
The second word I have is stranded, STRANDED. Oh, Evan has it?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought I saw a nod for some reason. Number 3, glancing, GLANCING.
I got stranded, but I was wrong.
Oh, you okay? Dance. So you have stranded, no stranded. Just want to make sure. Okay, gotcha. Dancing, DANCING.
No.
Okay. I have vanilla. Number 5 is vanilla.
I don't have that one.
Okay. Janice, JANICE. It's a female name.
Okay. Next one.
Jane, JANE. Jane.
All right. Next one.
Crane, CRANE, like a construction crane. You're not
No.
gonna like this word, but insane. Are y'all insane that you don't have the word crane? Insane.
I don't have the word insane.
And finally, number 10, bland, BLAND.
No, I'm not blank.
Nice.
All right. I'm gonna go next. All right. Right. Number 1, transfer. Number 2, transitional. Number 3, transgender. Number 4, transcending. No one? 5, translucent. Number 6, transformer. Number 7, transformation. Number 8, translate. Number 9, translation. And number 10, transparency. I essentially did TRANS. Did you guys think was hearing that? You guys hear me? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Really clever. I got a perfect 10. I'm happy. All right, Evan, your turn.
All right, my words are sanded,
All right, 2.
banana,
All right,
I didn't even think of that.
3. All
panorama,
right, 4.
vans,
5.
veranda,
6.
You said Rama?
veranda,
Oh, okay.
6.
scanned,
All right, 7.
canal,
8.
banal,
9.
grandma,
And 10.
grandpa.
All right. Michael, your turn.
Trading,
All right.
stranger,
Okay.
slander,
4.
Flanders, like
5.
fans,
6.
Zans,
7.
Danny,
8.
pranker,
9.
Cannon,
10. We all got a perfect
Ra-
10.
Rama.
Oh. Oh, it's 10. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So we all got a perfect 10. That's cool.
Yeah.
And Evan is in the lead. I'm proud of you, Evan. I'm
Congrats.
very proud of you. So you guys ready for mine? Are you guys ready for my round?
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So all right. All right. Okay. I'm going to mix it up here. You guys are going to write 10 words,
Okay.
but all 10 words are going to have different categories.
Ooh.
You got that? You got that? All 10 words will have 10 different categories. So write these categories down. Food, that's going to be the first one. Fast food will be the second one. Holiday will be the third. What's another one? Drink will be the fourth. Alcohol will be the fifth. What's the sixth? I have 6. Let's do social media.
Wait, Raul, what's for number 3 for?
Food is 1, fast food is 2, holiday is 3, drink is 4, alcohol is 5, social media is 6.
Hmm.
7 is let's do let's do Exercise, which is something that we need to do. um, fast food. What? Food, fast food, holiday, drink, alcohol, social media, exercise. So I need three more. Next one, let's do music, because why not? Uh, wow, this is harder than I thought. Ah,
9 should be anything.
nine? No. Well, it's my choice. I'm making it hard for all of us. Okay. Let's do, oh my god. I got one. Let's do, uh, you know what? Let's do friends, because I love my friends and languages. You got that? You all got that?
Wait, what's for number 8 to 10?
Eight is music, nine is friends, and 10 is languages.
Coo coo coo. And it,
Evan, you got that?
and it has to be any type of word without the ed or an, right?
Well, I'm gonna make this hard for all of us.
Oh, okay.
Uh, hmm. Let's do the suffix. We're gonna do a suffix on this one. Um. Wow. We're gonna go with top as the suffix.
So the word that ends with top.
Yes, top.
Okay. Hmm.
Are you guys comfortable with this,
Hmm.
Kevin? Kevin, are you comfortable with this? Okay. Good luck. Oh, Kevin, if you don't mind, you can ask Michael some questions about language.
How about you?
Oh,
Because you're the host.
no, I would like you to do it.
Oh, well, I haven't wrote anything yet. Let me write this down. I can ask questions after.
Okay.
This is hard, actually. Hey, Michael, I know you said that you haven't taken world languages in high school, but if
Hmm.
you were to go back to high school, what language would you have taken?
I would have taken the Spanish and probably some African sign language back in the days.
Nice. Yeah, Spanish is so much popular.
Yeah, I miss these days for the activities.
I was telling Rahul Navin some phrases in Spanish.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother used to speak Spanish as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a chicken. How many words do you guys have? Kevin
I
has 10.
I
Michael, how
got
many do you...
I got five more.
Evan,
I
how
don't
many do
think
you have?
not confident.
One, still figuring out with like words with like suffix top.
Okay. Okay,
Feel
so, okay, since we're having difficulty, can I maybe change this a little bit? May I?
sure. Yeah.
Um, you can have top as a prefix, suffix, or root.
Oh, okay, that's so much easy. All right, I can read start.
No,
Wait,
no, Kevin. Did you already have your 10?
I did, but I don't mind writing from scratch because I feel like most of them
No,
don't make sense to me.
well, then are you sure? Um, well, if you're confident in the ones you're in, keep them. But if you're not,
Oh, I'm definitely not confident at all.
oh, okay, with most of them, okay, you're okay, fine. You're good.
all right, I finished.
Are you confident? Are you confident, Michael?
Yeah, yeah, I finished with 10 words that ends with the top.
Are you so you did it before I changed it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Evan, are you doing okay? All right, you have two left. All right, take your... Wait, could you say it? Could you say it? I don't know.
Now I have two words down, eight more to go.
Okay, Evan, take your time. No worries, okay? Is this much easier for you guys now that I put it prefix, suffix, root? Okay. For some reason, I'm having it hard.
Okay.
Are you done, Kevin?
We.
Right. I'm not done, but in the meantime, you can ask Michael some questions.
Mm, okay. I'm trying to think. Oh, where would you travel to if you, Michael? If you said you wanted to learn Spanish, if you would go to a country to teach Spanish, where would you go?
Hmm. I would say probably Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice. Puerto
Yeah.
Rico. Yeah, nice. I've never
Yeah.
been there though.
Yeah. How about you, Kevin?
Well, I want to go to. I mean, in addition to going to France, I in Italy, in Japan, I actually would also go to maybe Japan. I would
Hmm.
also go to probably. Trying to think. I don't know. I could go to actually maybe China, but
Yeah.
I
China's a
think
great
Europe,
place.
it's a big country. I flew over China before, so yep.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I've been teaching Evan and Rahul some Spanish.
Oh, Kevin, I
Yep.
was asking about language questions. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yep, I already asked one question so far. Yep, got all the 10 words. I can hear the ringtone in the background. Oh, I told Josh about this. That's good. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Evan, how many words do you have?
Still two.
Yeah. I only have one, two, three. Whoops. I only have one, two, three, four, five, six. Kevin, was this hard for you or easy?
It's still hard, but I got more words than listing the words that end in TOP. So a little bit better.
Hmm, that's interesting. Is
Wait,
it
where did
okay?
Michael go?
is it okay if I check the words or something?
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Where did Michael go exactly?
Michael? Oh, I didn't know where he went.
Uh, sorry, the internet connection.
Uh, um, okay. This is so. Oh God. Kemi, you can ask us questions.
Oh, oh wait, never mind. He's back.
Yeah.
Any questions I want, right? Any other questions I want?
Yeah. Any other language questions you might have?
Mm. What other language besides Spanish and your native language, Michael, would you have taken?
Wait, what's the question?
What other language besides the one that you listed would you have taken?
Yeah, I would say African language, like Ghanaian language, like it's called Twi.
Twi.
T W I. I mean, I know some
Yeah.
words, but I gotta learn some more.
Mm. Wait, I was just curious on why did you decide not to take any more languages in school?
Nah, not because I've been busy with some other classes, to be honest. But
Mhm.
I had to take
You,
some
you just
language.
didn't.
I had to take some
Yeah.
language, which I love, mostly back in the
Oh
days.
yeah. Yeah. You just didn't take it.
Nah,
Mm. Yeah. Wait, when you were in school before you graduated, was there a Latin class when
Latin
you were there?
class.
Yeah.
I think there was, but I didn't take it.
Because I heard at one point Latin class isn't around anymore in at the high school.
No, really.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know this, but
Yep.
that's shocking.
Yeah. It's really cool to learn a second language set.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Ultimately, I took the language. I can tell you about my language experience, if my foreign language class, if you want.
yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. So for the first couple years, I remember in Spanish one, I taught the alphabet. That was the first thing I was taught, and I remember learning about greetings, how to initiate greetings, and also learning about subject pronouns like I, you, he, she, we, they, and I also learned the days of the week. And at one point I learned talking about what time it is, and eventually I got to learn about verb conjugations, changing the saying the verb in past, present, future. Well, mostly the present tense. And I also got to watch movies, and I actually got to watch a few movies in Spanish. And there's like a quiz on to see if I remember what they say. Yep. But yeah, I should teach you some Spanish here.
All right. I'm done with mine. Evan, what about you?
Now I have just 3 words.
Do you I will ask this. Do you want to forfeit or do you want to keep on going?
I honestly have no idea.
Um
Yeah, we can keep going.
Evan, I will say this. Keep so for the top, I do want to clarify for the top. It is no longer a suffix anymore. It can be a prefix, suffix, or root. Okay? And number two, this is what I've said to Kevin and Michael before in previous games. If you can't come up with a word that is specific to the category, you could just name any word you want, so long as it has that top. Does that make sense, Evan?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope it's easier for you. Um, Kevin, any other questions you have? No. Well, I do want to ask. Do you guys have any plans for this weekend?
Not really. I might just chill.
Oh yeah, Kevin. I think I mentioned you about the Six Flag thing.
Oh, yes, I did. But the thing is, it's supposed to rain.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, so I don't know if we should go.
If not, we can go see the movies.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
All
We can
right.
definitely figure something. Yeah, we can definitely figure something out. Yeah, I just totally forgot about Six Flags, and the water park's supposed to open on that day. But
Mm,
still, like, it's probably gonna be too cold for me to swim. If it's sunny, then I would love to go.
yeah, we'll see.
But the following Saturday, May 30th, I'm doing the Special Olympics. Juju and I are doing Special Olympics so far.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So last year, when we did the Special Olympics, we actually saw Mike Vrabel there. He was like supporting the groups there. We got to take pictures together. And then Sunday, May 31st, I might do a third 5K race.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Michael, do you plan on doing any races?
You said recess?
I mean, races. Sorry. Plan to do any like 5K, 10K races like Kevin is doing?
I don't think so. Probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, next week is my birthday, May 25th on Memorial Day.
Oh, happy early.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm actually taking Memorial Day off. Are you available on Monday?
For the Six Flags?
Yeah, if on Monday? If you got
Yeah.
anything on Monday?
No, I'm not doing anything, but
Yeah. If we can't do it Saturday, maybe we could do one on Monday, but it'd probably be too busy though.
yeah, we'll see.
Kevin, I don't know if you're available on Monday. If you're ever interested in Six Flags, let me know. Yeah. I'm kind of skeptical going about Saturday because of the rain. But if you're available Monday, Memorial Day, I don't know if you have plans. Just let me know.
All
It's
right.
just an idea though.
What about Sunday?
Maybe we should go on a Monday. Sunday. I think it's supposed to rain on Sunday.
Oh wow.
I have to check. I have to check the weather though and see.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they might be wrong or something, but we'll see.
Mother Nature ruins our plans. They ruin our plan. Tina would complain about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Uh-oh. What happened to me?
Oh, I'm
Oops.
just. Oh, I was just sorting something out. That's all.
Oh, I just need to check something quickly. I just need to check something pretty quick.
Evan,
I promise.
are you okay with the words, or are you still struggling?
I'm halfway through now.
Okay. Also, you can, Evan, just to be clear, you can also do names. if you want to. So, oh, Kevin, I could give you the email of the Rumble Studio thing that you could, get help or something.
Or maybe it's just today. It's probably today. Maybe it's just today.
Are you sure? Like, cause I could give it to you if you want.
I'm gonna wait and see how the next time we do the podcast and see how it's gonna go.
Hmm.
So
I'm forfeiting. I can't do it. It's just too hard.
Okay, so Evan, how many words do you currently have?
5.
So for you, I will do it based on accuracy. Okay. So, okay, so I'll go first. And by the way, your words can be eliminated no matter what category it is. So just to be clear. So, okay, the first word I have for food is countertop. Does anybody have countertop? No? Okay. Second word for fast food is topper. Does anybody have topper? Um,
I have it under exercise though.
okay. Topper as in Topper.
I have that, but
Okay.
I have it in a different topic though.
Okay. All right
I'll just
then.
cross that out.
Yeah. For holiday, I have topics. Does anybody have topics?
Oh, actually, a topic. I just didn't add the S.
So nobody has topics? Okay. For drink, I have topping. Oh, okay. All right. Nobody has topping? No one? Okay. Alcohol, I have topic. Who has topic? Okay. Social media, I have laptop. Who else has laptop? No one? No? Okay. For exercise, I have topia. No one has topia? No? Okay. Music, I have robotopia. No one? Okay. 9, friends, I have zootopia. No one? Okay. For languages, I have topical. No one? So I have 7. Um, Evan, so you have 5, so can you read out your 5, please?
All right. For food toppings, for fast food, milkshake top.
Okay.
For social media, I have topiary.
Okay, 4.
And for exercise, I have stop.
I have stop.
And, all right, out that goes. And for friends, I have topher.
Topher? Topfer.
Topher.
Oh, what does that mean?
It's a name of someone.
Okay. All right. All right. Michael, your turn.
So the first one is number one for the food is Carrot Stop,
Okay, 2.
Wing Stop,
All right, 3.
Drop.
Wait, drop?
Yeah.
Drop, cross that out. All right. 4.
Cherry Top,
All right, 5.
Whiskey Top,
Okay, 6.
Post Top,
All right, 7.
Fit Stop,
8.
Drop Top,
9.
Circle Top,
All right, 10.
Speak Top.
All right, so you have 9, I have 7. Evan has 4. Kevin, how many do you have? 6. Guys, let's
The
be
first
enthusiastic, please.
Okay.
Kevin.
Stopper,
Wait, what?
stopper,
Okay.
torpedo, tops,
Okay.
topped, Topped, topple, Topple. I think this is a made up word for the last one. Topar, Topar. I think it's a made up word.
Okay. Is topar a word? No. This is more a Spanish and Portuguese word.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of it. I just
In Spanish, it means to run into, bump into, or hit something. It is usually used in phrases like "Yo topo," "I'm in," "I agree," in many Latin American countries.
Oh, this is the same idea when I was talking about hablar. Yo topo, tú tapas. Y él tapa.
All
Tapamos,
right,
tapáis, tapan. So I have 5 words.
all right, okay. Right, Evan and Michael. All right, you guys are tied, right? You have 3 points. Okay, okay. Um, I'm gonna set a timer for 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, you have to write a word that starts with the letter CA. As many
See,
words that C R C R or
Oh, okay.
well,
you said
this is for
Okay,
Evan and Michael.
you said
gotcha.
C. You said just CR or
Yeah.
Let's do CR, okay, Evan and Michael.
yep.
CR, like which is the prefix, suffix, root?
Prefix. This time it's a prefix. You got it?
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Show the enthusiasm, okay? All
Mm-hmm.
right. All right. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Stop, 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 stop. All right. I'll start with Evan. Evan, how many words do you have? Oh, I can't hear you.
9.
9. Michael, how many do you have?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 11 actually.
Oh, okay. Yay! Michael wins. Congratulations.
Uh,
Give him a round of applause. Evan, you don't look enthusiastic.
I was clapping.
Oh, I was saying Kevin, not Evan.
Oh,
Sorry.
Evan or me?
Oh, okay.
Me or Evan?
Kevin.
Oh, it's been a long day for me.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Michael, you won your first game back by coming back.
yeah, it's like comeback season.
Yeah. To ask, will you show up on the podcast more often?
Yeah, sometimes since I've been busy with school and work mostly, so I'm here.
Oh, I got an idea. After this, how about we take a picture for Josh?
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
good. Yep, sounds good.
Yeah,
All
where's
right.
y'all? Where's y'all today?
Um, to let you know, he got into a bike accident
Whoa.
that resulted in him in a concussion, and well, he's getting better. Is that correct, Kevin? How was he? What did you? What? How was he when you went to his home?
He seems pretty confident now. He's getting there. He still has bruises, but he's managing. He's gonna rest for a bit, and hopefully he can fully recover by the end of next week or a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you guys like this episode?
I do. I
Yeah.
honestly do.
It
Yeah.
was, but I was kind of a bit late, so it was a great session.
Thank you, Michael. No worries. I will not punish you for being late.
Nope, I'm all here.
Yeah, and Evan, thank you for coming here. It is really appreciated that you come here. I do hope you come in the future. Um,
I sure will.
Evan, you want to say anything?
I don't know what to say.
Do you want to say anything to the audience, to our fans, anything?
Thank you for checking out this podcast, watching this podcast.
Thank you. Michael?
Yeah. So it's been a minute, you guys, but now I'm back from college. So thank y'all for listening, and hopefully y'all do again sometime in the future. So
Yeah,
appreciate y'all for listening, and hopefully y'all continue soon.
yeah. Kevin, you want to say anything about this podcast episode and the audience and to the audience?
I kind of felt bad for the technical difficulties, but we figured it out and still made a commitment by coming on tonight. But
Anything,
thanks.
anything more?
Just want to say thank you all for listening to this episode. It's a really interesting episode.
Uh, okay. Yeah. So after this is over, I do want to take a picture.
All right.
So stay after. I do want to tell you guys something, so don't worry. I'll let you tell you guys after. Will not hold you long after because I know some of us have to go to bed. I have to eat my dinner, so I hope you guys understand. Thank you guys for episode 80. It is a milestone. Um, Next time, we will not do the podcast next week because it's Memorial Day. Thank you for the people who served in the military. And yeah, I do hope that next podcast will be in June. Correct? Do you guys want to do June 1st?
How about maybe in the middle of June? Probably like June 8th. That's just an
Yes.
idea. Just an idea. So
Yeah, because just for everybody to understand, uh, um, Josh will not can't do a podcast until after his birthday.
Oh,
Until
okay.
until he makes a full recovery, he can't do this podcast due to concussion. Due to his concussion, he cannot he can't use any screens. He can only like do text and those things.
Yep.
Let's pray. Pray for him.
Yeah.
Amen, amen to that.
Yeah. Did I miss anything? Anything?
I don't think you missed anything. I think we pretty much cover all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode. You guys are legends in my book, as well as for me. I'll see you guys in June for our podcast. Thank you, goodbye, and everyone stay on afterwards for a picture and for what I have to say. Thank you and goodbye.